Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It has been a hell of a time since I've last talked to you guys, and since we have last convened here at the MOL channel. Lots been happening. You guys. I put out a video today that's kind of showing off, kind of what's been going on, what's been happening a lot around my household. Um, Mom's fine; she's in there chilling. Everybody's good, so I can hear laughing in there. They're in there laughing, hanging out, and chilling, and so I'm taking that as a good sign right now. So,
Right.
but but I tonight we don't have a guest. We don't have an interview. We have a co-host. My homie, Little Leg Day, Izemic is going to hang out with us. This is more of our Halloween special. So what we're going to do is kind of put prosthetics and all that fun stuff aside tonight, and we're going to more or less just talk about horror movies and aliens and ghosts and voodoo and whatever. Isaac lives in, we don't have to say where, but one of the most haunted places in America. And so I'm
I
sure
live
that he
in
has,
South Louisiana. South
yeah.
Louisiana.
Well, there you go. Okay. Well, yeah, that's one of the most haunted places in America. And it also, they practice voodoo there, stuff like that. So I'm sure my man has a lot of cool stories, and that kind of stuff. So that's more or less what we're going to do tonight. We're just going to hang out for, an hour or so and just kind of talk about that kind of stuff. If anybody does, obviously have any questions about prosthetics or, amputees, that kind of stuff, we're all ears, and are here to, I mean, that's what the show revolves around. So obviously we'll answer anything that you guys have. Um,
Yeah.
and later on, if somebody wants to come up, we can do that. We'll drop the link and, you guys come up, hang out with us, all that kind of good stuff.
Hey,
So
real quick, that girl Danielle in the chat, don't let her start any problems.
don't let her start any problem. All right. We got our eyes on you then.
I'm just messing with you.
Well, let's go back up to the top here. Let's see. Miss Christy, how you doing, my dear? Chad, Backwoods, Pigeon Mac, always good seeing you. Let's see, scrolling down. Jeff Bice, my man, how you doing, brother? Let's see. Possum Smiles, always good seeing you. And Danielle, good seeing you as well. And Platinum Pyro, how you doing? Let's see. Oh, and Drew just pops in. What's up, brother? So before we get going with that, how you been? Any kind of changes to your leg? Anything new? Any updates with
No,
Isaac? What's been
not to
happening?
the league. Not to the league at all. I mean, dude, I'll be honest with you. If I ever so my first leg was the only leg I've ever had to take back in to get adjustments. And that was only not. It wasn't because of the socket. It was because of the height difference. Because I was still growing when I got it amputated.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never had to have a sock like a cup refitted or anything. So yeah, no. Uh,
Wow.
I
Okay.
broke my last leg. Your foot's made out of carbon fiber or no?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've cracked one. I split it in half, but that was a couple leagues ago.
Have you ever tried any like running blades or anything like that? Any kind of the springy kind of feet, like
Well,
anything
that's
like
what I
that?
got now. It curves back a little bit, like
Okay.
that Olympic runner guy, but
Yeah.
it's on a shorter platform, and they got like a little rubber foot mold over it.
I've seen those before. So those the ones that kick like kind of farther out and then slow
Yeah,
down, kind of like a number two.
yeah, and it's like on a real short platform. You know what I mean? Like from the
Yeah.
ankle to the bottom of the foot. So it don't have much spring to it, to be honest with you. But it's actually split down the middle to where you could adjust side to side and stuff. But
Nice.
other than
Nice.
that,
So it's
yeah,
split up kind of like a leaf spring, sort of.
basically, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
So
to go with the theme, I figured I would.
nice. Oh, well, hold on one second then. Just 1 second.
You gotta go grab one.
Oh, I got you right here. I got
Oh, y'all don't hate us. I
you.
promise
It
I'm
ain't gonna
not
be a
evil.
certain one, but it'll be another one.
Yeah, I promise I'm not evil. Danielle says I'm evil, but I'm not.
All right. Well, if we're gonna do this, then I got it covered. All
Yeah,
right.
there you go. There you
So,
go.
so, so, welcome back to the show, everybody.
Welcome back.
So,
I don't want to hit this on camera, but good.
can you guys tell that I'm a Misfits fan or what?
That's what that is. That's the Misfits go.
That's the Crimson Skull, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you actually have hair. I know. That's crazy.
I do. Well, I got a big ass, massive bald spot up there, so that kind of
Hey, no comment.
it adds to the crazy ass look, So I got it.
Yeah.
'Cause every serial killer's got that bald spot. But yeah, I'm not leaving that on the whole time. That shit gets hot as hell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's real tight fitting, and the ears are down here, and when my real ear holes like up here, it's a
The
little
latex
weird.
ones, man, they really stick to your skin. So when you move, that shit really like moves with you.
Yeah, I mean this came from Timu, but I mean, shout out Timu.
Shout out Timu. Today's
Uh,
episode is brought to you by Timu.
yeah, for all your
so,
discounted horror props.
so
Yeah, that is.
Isaac,
What's
what
up, buddy?
are like what's the kind of like horror movies and shit that you would be into? Like the kind of stuff that that would actually like kind of creep you out. Not, like all right, I'll go with myself just so I'm talking about. Like me personally,
Uh huh.
Freddy, Jason, Mike Myers, all this shit that never really did it for me. Even as like a little kid, I remember looking at it and
Yeah,
just like kind of laughing. Freddy to me was always kind of funny.
right.
Um, those
I
movies
agree.
were kind of weird, kind of like the ghost aspect of it was kind of strange.
Yeah.
But to me, would always kind of freak me out. Like when we're done watching, or when we're done with this tonight, me and my wife are gonna watch 1408 about the haunted hotel room.
Yeah. Isn't that with Jim? No, it's not with Jim Carrey. Who's in that?
No, it's John Cusack.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
all
John
right.
Cusack
I'm
and
thinking of the number
Sim.
23 with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, yeah, 23 is weird as hell too. I'll
But
tell you
yeah,
what
hell yeah.
creeps me out is the Truman Show. The idea of the Truman Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Like the simulation thing. Yeah.
yeah, that's just weird as hell. And the way that he goes towards at the end of it, he's like on the
Yeah.
rowboat and goes out and finds that there's steps, and he just kind of goes to the wall, and you can hear him go like, and there's
Right.
a door and shit. It's just, that
I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. So as far as horror movies go, when I was a kid, I was terrified. When I say terrified, dude, I'm talking. It took me about 3 years to get over it, but the Leprechaun,
yeah,
that dude, I was terrified of that as a kid. I remember I was
wow,
about 8. I remember I was like 8 years old when I was finally able to watch it without being scared. Um, dude, that movie terrified me as a kid. And you probably laugh at this, but I was on like a teenager double date kind of triple date thing when the first Wrong Turn movie came out, right?
yeah,
I mean, I don't remember what year it was, and I don't remember how old I was, honestly. But I know it was like a couple of my buddies, and we all met up with some girls or whatever. We sitting there watching the movie, and the part where the hillbilly hits the guy in the mouth. I think it's a guy, it might be a girl, I don't know. But he hit him in the mouth with the axe, and the body falls out the tree. Dude, I
yeah.
walked out that movie. I walked out that movie theater. Like I got up and walked out. I mean, I'm not gonna say I was terrified of it because at that age I was. I mean, the girl never talked to me again. Let's just put it that way. But I got up and I walked out. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that was kind of
no.
cool because I wasn't expecting it. It was a jump scare thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah. When you're younger, man, it hits way different. It definitely does.
Well,
And
no,
with
I
me,
watched I watched the first Wrong Turn a couple years ago, and I was like, "Yo, that really scared me when I was a teenager." I was like, "What the hell?"
again, man, it
Yeah,
hits different when you're a kid, man. It hits different. It really
yeah,
does. There's
right,
certain things, to me, it was always suspense type shit.
yeah,
Not necessarily ghost or anything like that. Although I do believe in ghosts. I think that there's like an in between world, and that's between I don't know about between
yeah,
heaven and hell, but like life and wherever else you go.
Yeah.
I think there are people that are kinda hung in that same,
I
or in
believe I
that
believe
kinda.
there's spirits out there. I really do.
Yeah, there's gotta be. I mean, there has to be some kind of, I don't know, something,
I
you
mean,
don't just.
things happen that we can't explain. You know what I mean? And it don't. I mean, we'll never know till we there, till we're a spirit. You know what I mean? And
For sure, and it could be something as simple as your mind is just so locked in on something. When we think we see a ghost, in all reality, your brain, your mind is so locked in on something, like, if it's you see a family member, say a few days after they passed or something, that's because you're used to seeing that person, and your
yeah,
brain's still kind of focused on just seeing that, so it kind of naturally just it stays locked in that same thing. It hasn't kinda, again, kinda like a phantom pain, it hasn't unwired itself to say, "No, they're gone."
yeah. When my grandma died, she passed away like right before they told us it was COVID. She died of a upper respiratory infection. That's what they put
Mhm.
on her death certificate. But it was COVID. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was COVID because that was like before the world really knew that it was a thing that was, sweeping the nations. But when
Yeah,
she passed away, she was talking to my dad at the bedside. My dad's been dead since 2003. I mean, I was her son. You know what I mean? But it was a little weird to see that. You know what I mean? Hear it, but it is what it is.
I gotcha. What is Cowboy talking about?
Ain't no telling.
So when I was a kid, I held my little brother down and made him watch it before that motherfucker's still
Yo,
afraid of clowns.
it the
I am
original
something to be
it.
scared
I
of,
don't like
man.
the I don't like the new one that came out a while back, but the original it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah,
there's something about it that just never really got it for me, because I think what it was, I don't know. I've seen, Tim Curry, wait,
yeah,
yeah, Tim Curry, and so much stuff, not Tim Curry. Yeah, Tim Curry. The British actor. I've seen him in so much stuff before it, you know, or I think before I seen it. I don't know about, like, chronological order, but I've seen
yeah,
other stuff before it, and it really, I don't know, I'm used to seeing him in comedic roles, and when you saw him trying to be, like, scary clown, it was just kinda like, mm, I mean, it's kinda killing
yeah,
it for me.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I'm not a big horror movie buff like that, but I mean, I like
no,
some of the horror movies. I mean, like, as far as Jason and Michael Myers, that shit don't bother me.
no, it never has. I mean, like I
But I mean,
said, it's
it's
always
like I told you when we were younger, a group of us used to work for a haunted house. Remember, I told you that with my limp and everything.
same here.
I would go work the line. You know what I mean? We talked about that like offline, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I'd do it again, but and I don't want to say this because I might sound crazy, but as an adult, my mind's a little bit sicker than it was as a teenager, and I would probably excel. I'd be like the world's greatest haunted house worker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's something else right there Crystal was talking about. Oh, and real quick, I wanna say what's up to, Mr. Corliss that just came in, and, somebody else I
Oh,
just saw. I thought I saw somebody else, maybe not. Oh, Pimp Pigeon Ralph and Griswold, how y'all doing? Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's good seeing y'all. Thanks y'all for being here. Um, yeah, the whole faces of death thing, obviously, it's more of a shock value kinda thing, and they proved 90% of it to be fake, but to me,
For real,
like,
I didn't know that.
oh, yeah, yeah, there's, like, documentaries and shit where it's like they've proven a lot of that stuff to be fake, like the alligator that pulls the cop overboard in the rowboat, and you see, like, the
Yeah.
alligator do the death roll and stuff.
Mhm.
That's
That
all
was
that's
fake?
been staged.
No shit.
Yep, but, yeah, there's, like, documentaries where they show, like, various things, and they basically what they do is what the internet does now is kinda just, like, kinda picks and chooses really, really bad
Certain clip.
events from something
Yeah.
that isn't that bad at all, really, and focus on that one little thing, and it makes it like a horrible looking clip. That's
Yeah,
kinda
you
what
remember
Faces of Death was.
you remember Rotten.com?
Yeah, all that shit.
I,
What was it? It
I got
was
I got suspended. I got suspended one time in 8th grade for looking at Rotten.com on school computers.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Just decided to hop in the fast lane, I guess, and just,
I
hey,
mean,
whatever.
we had a substitute teacher, dude, and like they didn't know I was looking at it that day. I come to school the next day, and instantly I get off the bus, and the dean's waiting right there with the principal. He's like, "Come on down." I was like, "What I did?" He's like, "You got your tongue ring in?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, that's 3 days at home." I'm like, "Oh God." So we go to the office. I ended up going home for like 9 days.
Oh man.
It was crazy,
Yeah, see,
dude. I
backwards
wasn't
right
I
here.
wasn't the greatest. I wasn't the greatest student.
Backwoods, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, went over and watched his channel and stuff. Everybody here, I highly recommend it. Go and sub up to Backwoods, and yeah, he somebody drop his link if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was about to
Um,
ask that.
he does a lot of, like, haunted locations. He does a lot of cool trail cam stuff, like, well, I mean, you know what trail cams are, so it's like if it's
Yeah,
something walking
hell,
past it, it activates it, and he's got feeders pointed straight at him, so you see all kind of cool shit, like, throughout the
yeah. Me
day.
and my brother was just looking at his trail cams. He's got a hunt lease, like 55,000 acres that he's a part of. Like,
Yeah. I
probably
do
about 20,
boring
30
hunting
miles.
trail cam videos. Man, you hush. But he also does a lot of cool, like haunted location stuff, like EMP, with the little sensors and that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
they
know what you
got
mean.
that kind of stuff, and man, it's really, really cool. Somebody else that I highly recommend you guys go back and check out, if you guys are still subscribed, to my dear friend who's no longer with us, Miss, Laura Schwint. She also did a whole lot of the haunted location stuff where they do
Yeah.
the voice thing, the voice box, that kinda stuff. And man, she's been like he was saying, he's been to, like, Waverly Hills, they've been to oh, man, I mean, it's her channel is just loaded with that kinda stuff, but her and, JM, myself, and about, like
I had the chance to meet Laura before she passed.
yeah, well, there you go. I mean, she was
I was on
glad
a
she
panel
did.
with her one time. We did a panel one time with JM,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she passed shortly after that.
that was man, that was my buddy right there. Shout out, Miss Laura. I love you to death. But she did a lot of cool stuff. We all came from that community, from the haunt community. The whole McCamey Manor thing and, Catus Silvas, all that kind of played into it later on. But we came from like doing haunted location stuff and doing, the same stuff like Miss Laura was doing, and a few others in the group did that kind of stuff. And I mean, they were going to, like, the Cecil Hotel and, like, big places, not just, like, somebody's farm that we heard had a ghost in the barn out there. They were doing, like, big, big things, and, man, some of the shit they were picking up, yeah, it's unexplainable. I don't know. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not, but it sure as hell was creepy because we were all there on live stream listening to them doing these, like, voice box things and stuff, so it's not like we're all
Yeah,
chilling watching a video. It couldn't have been edited because I mean, they're all right
you
there
seen it
with
with
us
your own.
live,
I was about to say, yeah, you seen it with your own two eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so, I mean, that shit is fucking wild.
I mean, I'm gonna say this: being from the New Orleans area. I mean, all right. So I grew up like, 8 miles, seven and a half, 8 miles from the actual Superdome. So
Mhm.
I mean, I grew up like right across the river from the city of New Orleans. Well, I've seen some things that I can't explain. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was spirits. I'm not gonna say it was voodoo, but I'm not gonna mess with a set of bones in the woods. I could tell you that.
No. Hell no. You see that
It-
shit and you're just like, "Alright, well,
I
anyway."
tell people if you ever in the woods anywhere, I don't care where you're at, and you see bones and they're tied together with something, leave them alone. Just
Yeah.
leave them alone. What up, Rich?
No, that's a rock or a stick or something else that you would just ignore anything else and just keep on
Oh
walking.
yeah, I mean, I could see a corpse wrapped up in the barbed wire fence or something. Still, leave it alone. Don't mess with it.
Any kind of weird shit like that, looks some kinda cryptic whatever, hell no, that I'm good. Yeah, that's
Yep.
there for a reason, and if it's there in a specific location in the woods, then, yeah, somebody wanted it there, and that's where it's gonna remain.
Right. Well, voodoo is real big down here. And
Mhm.
I mean, I'm gonna say like I know some people that dabble in it, and I mean, I wouldn't make them mad. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
No, no. There was a movie that was shot down there. What's up, Rich? By the way, how you doing, brother? CTG, good seeing you. And Witch from the Past. And I'm gonna say what's up to hey Crystal, how you doing? Let's see. Thought I saw somebody else. Maybe not. All right. But there was a movie that was shot somewhere around New Orleans, and it was called The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Never
Have
heard
you
of
ever
it.
heard of that?
Nope.
But
Serpent and the Rainbow.
yeah, it's a Wes Craven movie, and it is holy shit. Um, do you have the ability to like bring up trailers and that kind of shit?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna send you something as we sit here and talk.
I got you.
But dude, it's crazy as
Yeah,
hell. It's a
I'm sitting at my laptop at my aunt's house.
oh, I got you. I didn't
Let
know
me
if that
be
was
good.
possible or not.
Nah, you good. I got it.
Cool.
Yeah, I've,
But
I've
yeah, I'll
never heard
send
of
you.
the Serpent and the Rainbow. So they got like the movie Deja Vu. It's a Denzel Washington movie that was shot down here about the ferry sinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, when I tell you I watch that movie and I can't watch it because the geography in it, like so one part of it, they go down in this tunnel, and the tunnel's on the west bank of the city of New Orleans where I grew up. And they go in the
Oh,
tunnel and they pop up on Carrollton, like right next to the Superdome. And it's like, dude, that's not possible. I'm yelling at the screen. I'm like, it's not possible to do that. I can't watch that movie strictly because of that.
oh, I see. Y'all
The
were down
snail
there
scene.
like
Yeah.
that big ass flood and shit. Like y'all still have like prisons and stuff that are shut down over there and stuff, don't you?
What, from Katrina?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, they built a new jail. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Orleans Parish.
I
That
guess so.
jail.
I saw a documentary about all the destruction down there, and they had a huge prison that was like, I mean, basically worthless now.
Yeah, that's Orleans Parish. I mean, they
Okay.
built a new jail like right around the corner from it, but um, I mean, they had prisoners that was left there to drown, dude. The guards just left them locked in their cells. But
Oh my god.
yeah, that was crazy. Some of them escaped.
Holy shit. Like,
Oh,
and
dude,
there was
Katrina
nothing
was
ever done about
Katrina.
that, or
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean,
okay.
dude, they had cops that burned the dude's body in the back of their patrol car. They killed him and put his body in the back of their patrol car and then set it on fire. I
Holy
was in jail.
shit.
I was in jail with those two cops one time. The two that's still in jail for it.
Oh my god, man.
Katrina got crazy, man.
Well,
What up?
yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, a lot of people think looting and shit like that becomes like, the biggest issue. No, I would say a lot of crazy ass people and pent up aggression kind of gives way to some extremely crazy shit, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
That
Look,
kind of thing
Cowboy
where
said he
like,
drove. Cowboy said he drove through the Ninth Ward last year and it's still messed up. He's not lying.
yeah,
The Ninth Ward
wow,
was hit the hardest though. I mean, that was where the levee broke. Well,
oh my
to be
god, man.
politically correct, the levees broke. Let's say that.
Well, yeah, yeah, holy shit. Um, is there any like where you're at? Is there any like cool ass abandoned locations? Like y'all ever go into anything like that? We got a bunch of malls around here. It's kind of like our big thing.
That are abandoned. Yeah. What up for life? Um, I mean, they got like haunted houses. Like, I mean, you go not like Halloween haunted houses. I mean, they got those too, but like they got like haunted swamp tours and stuff like that you could take.
Oh,
But they
cool.
got they got they got quite a few things down here to do. Like that's not during spooky season that deal with paranormal and stuff like that. All over the city of New Orleans. Honestly, you can go like you can go tour Marie Laveau's tomb. If you pass her tomb, you got to put three X's on it. Stuff like that.
Oh,
It's
wow.
crazy.
Why? What happens if you
It's
like
just it's like a voodoo curse thing. You go in the grave. So I was in the grave one time. We had a little party in the graveyard. Let's put it like that. When I was like 17, 18 years old, and
Yeah.
Her grave's the only tomb in the whole cemetery that's got X's and stuff all over it like that. It's crazy. Like it
Wow.
don't have a headstone to say like Marie Laveau, but I mean you see it because of the way it's marked up. It's been like that for hundreds of years, or whenever the lady died. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I gotta check into that. That's wild. You guys have something down there that I've always found extremely fascinating, and we also have something here that I'll bring up in a second. But you guys have a problem with caskets floating out of the ground,
Yeah,
and
we do.
that is
That's when it
wild.
floods. Yeah, when it
The
floods.
water
Yeah,
table will literally rise under the ground, and you'll see caskets like just
yep.
start working their
Back
way
in
out
the
of the
day,
ground.
so some old cemeteries you go into, there's like cages over the grave. You might think it's like a vampire thing, but it's literally sort of the tomb. Because back in the day, it wasn't caskets; it was like cement tombs. It was sort of tomb don't float up. Yeah, my dad, he's buried in a cemetery where they've had caskets pop up, but my dad's in a wall, like he's in a mausoleum. You know what I mean?
Have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
pictures of it
It's a
before?
thing down here. Oh, I've seen actual caskets floating in the floodwater.
Oh, that's so oh my god, that would be so
Yeah.
creepy as hell just to see that. I mean, obviously, it's just like, what? It's just a dead person going yeah, but still,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I was like right close to it. I seen it off in the distance, like a couple blocks away. But yeah, I mean, it was what the floodwater was too deep for us to drive down there where the casket was. But I seen it.
right.
You know, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I gotcha. Thank you very much, Mac. I appreciate you, buddy. That's one awesome dude right there.
Hell yeah.
Let me see here. He said, "Levy break my ass." Mm,
I'm just gonna say point all fingers for that particular conversation. Point all fingers at the Army Corps of Engineers.
Think so?
Oh, I know so.
Very
I know
well,
people
yeah.
that
I mean,
I know people that lived in the night water. If you go look at the video footage of the water coming out the canal, because that was the 17th Street Canal that blew up. I mean that the levees failed, I should say.
I got you.
If the levee fails naturally, it's gonna push the levee outward, right?
Yeah.
Well, you go look at the videos, dude. The levees, the cement retaining wall at the top of the levee, it's inside of the canal. I mean that's not gonna happen naturally. You know what I mean?
So wait, you're saying like it went this way and water flew is supposed to
Yep,
flow out that way instead of going
yep,
like
yep, 100%. Watch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I could pull it up.
They
I
you
could
set
pull it
your
up and show you.
explosives on the wrong side of the wall, dog.
It was the Army Corps of Engineers. I'm telling you, a lot of people I mean, naive to the fact of that's how water works. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
Oh wait, look here, right here. Hold up, wait. They've admitted they blew it now. So who is they? Like the Army Corps of Engineers? Is that is that what I'm guessing?
Probably. I mean, they blew it to save the
Yeah.
actual city of New Orleans. You know what I mean? But it was
Right.
blown.
Gotcha.
Watch it. I'm
And
trying to
that
find a clip for it right now. Watch.
go for it. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. Because I mean, yeah, my God. I mean, people aren't dumb. I mean, it's basic physics. You know, water's not going to flow out like that if it's
No.
pointed in from this angle. You know, I mean, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
It
No.
works
I
like
mean,
that with some dams to control the flow of the water because it holds it in like an area, like a pocket right here, and it keeps everything from just going like and just exploding out the walls of a dam. I
yep.
got you.
Watch. All right. So let's see.
Here, hold on. Let me drop this down.
I got you. So that was the levee wall breach. Well, let's see if we can find an actual video of it flowing. Let's see. There we go.
Time a no-brainer. And what new do we learn in your book that we don't already know about why the levees failed?
All right, so look, this is the water they were trying to retain out, right? This is the canal. This is the Ninth Ward. Look at how
Right.
that levees inward.
The main thing that I talk
The water's
about
flowing
is
out.
how
It
not
looks like it's
only
been
is
rammed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they blew it up. It was like explosives heard, but this is the lower Ninth Ward, the city out here. This is the water that quote unquote got too high and made this levee fail.
the Army Corps of
Yeah, I mean,
Engineers
look how it folded
fully
right there. It's like
responsible
at
for
the
the
very
flooding of
end,
New
how it's kind
Orleans.
of
See
curving out
that's
like
what
that.
that wall. That's what the repaired wall looks like right there.
But
Wow.
in addition to that, the Army
If the water on the other side of it was high enough, that water would have pushed it outward. You know what I mean?
Corps
Yeah.
spent millions and
That's what he
millions
said. Totally
to
goes
try
against
to
physics.
hide that
No, I
from the
believe you.
American.
Absolutely. I mean that
Yeah,
that makes
that's
nothing
enough
but sense.
conspiracy. That's enough conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, that's wild though, man. I mean, we get into all that. Hell, I was about to
Yeah.
talk about aliens here in a minute, but I mean,
Hell yeah, let's do it.
that's crazy to me, man. That is crazy, crazy, crazy.
So you think Elon's an alien or what?
Do I think he's an alien? No, I think he's a human. I think he definitely there's things that he knows that we don't. I mean, I honestly do think that without getting too Rocco on everybody.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
honestly do. I think that he's got a little, and not like alien knowledge or anything like that. I'm talking like the government.
things about space or no?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I'm sure that he's seen things that the government was like, hey, whoa, no, please, we need to talk
Yeah.
before you go talking to everybody else.
Yeah.
That kind of
I'm
thing.
with you on that because at the same time that's a conversation for a later date.
Yeah, I got you. But I mean, my whole theory with aliens and that kind of thing, and it's not really like big conspiracy theory or anything. It's just kind of more of a logical standpoint, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Is there's countless other galaxies. We're not the only galaxy out there. It's not really our backwoods. Be good, my friend. Um, we're not the only galaxy out there, and we don't know what their technology is like in other galaxies. There has to be other planets with not people. I was gonna say people, but with things on it, living on it that maybe their technology is way greater than ours, or maybe there's
Yeah.
other planets and people still living in the fucking Stone Age. Who knows?
Well, you
But
do know that Earth has been receiving a radio frequency since '88, right? From
yeah, I've heard
somewhere that
about
they
that.
don't. Yeah, I've never looked too deep into it, but I just know like it's been since '88, and the only reason I remember that is because that's the year I was born. Shout out '80 babies. Yo.
Nice. But I mean, it makes sense to think, why wouldn't there be somebody else come and visit us? Or if anything, not really say, hey, let's go visit Earth or this blue planet. We pass by there and we're just listening to shit. And all of a sudden it's like, wait, listen.
Yeah,
And the next thing you know, they're in our atmosphere.
I seen
Hey,
him. I seen a meme earlier that said, "I bet you aliens pass Earth and lock their doors."
that would be more accurate. Yeah. Keep going and say, oh, no, keep going. Just let's
Yeah,
roll.
lock your doors. Lock your doors. This is the hood,
Yeah, y'all, we got to get out of this atmosphere. Damn, we're going to get blown up. Just be stuck in this
right?
fucking hellhole.
I mean, honestly, dude, my stance on aliens is all right. So, if evolution is true and we hold evolution to what it supposedly is, and we came from some microorganism or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Why are we the only ones that have a like? I so I know whales and stuff could communicate with each other through that sonar or whatever. But
Mhm.
why are we the only ones that have like a formed language communication like this? If evolution's true, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna say it's aliens because I mean we're like talking monkeys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, basically,
Well, I mean, who's to say that, and it's starting to get into like a stoner conversation now. Who's to say, like, all right,
I'm
you
not
hear
gonna
two
say
birds,
I'm
you say you
I'm
hear
not
two
gonna
birds.
deny I didn't partake in the stoner activities, but go ahead. My bad.
But all right, so you're listening to two birds sitting outside. There's bird A and bird B sitting there on their deck. They're just tweet, 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 tweet,
Yeah.
tweet, tweet. You think they're actually like just having like a back and forth, or do you think it's just they just sitting there going,
Well,
just tweeting away?
that's hard with birds because, well, not really, because not all birds chirping are mating calls, but typically a bird only chirps when it's a mating call. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. That's tough to say. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Huh?
I know somebody that has a dog that can count. Like legit, have him in. He don't count in order. You don't have to make him count in order. You hold up 6 fingers, he'll bark 6 times. You hold up 4 fingers, he'll bark 4 times. Dog can literally count. He can carry a beer too. Yeah, he can carry a beer too. It's a Catahoula.
Yeah, that's like the best dog on the planet. I don't care what
He
breed
can
it is.
carry a
Best
beer.
dog on
He
the
can carry a
planet that
beer
do
can without popping it or anything, without puncturing a hole in it.
that.
Cool dog.
What did
He's
Crystal
getting
say?
old these days.
Explain the O blood type RH factor. I'm O negative. Go down that rabbit hole. I don't know.
I've never really dove down into blood types.
Yeah.
Is it like connected to aliens or something? Uh-oh.
I think
Oh, yeah.
O negative is like, isn't it
The
like
rarest?
universal?
I don't know.
I think
don't know how
I
to
could be
work.
wrong on this, so I don't want people to be like, what an idiot. Because, I mean, yeah, I am. But I think there's like a blood type that can actually be, it is universal. Like it can be supplemented with, your blood. Like you can actually take O
He said it
negative
goes
or O
way. He
positive or
said it's
something.
Anunnaki stuff. I got you.
Oh, okay.
I agree with the comment above that. We got to do better for each other. Yeah, if everybody would
100%.
get on the same page, that would be awesome. Straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
We don't all have to do the same thing, but at least agree that one thing's bad and the other's not. You know what I mean? Like it would definitely work in everybody's favor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Pigeon
See,
was
I had
saying.
a lot of blood transfusions when I was a kid when my accident first happened, and I don't even remember what blood type I am. Honestly, I was 5 when all that took place.
Oh, wow. Look, yeah, I guess that's true. If you're O negative, she can only receive O negative, but everyone can receive her blood type.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So, have you ever seen you ever watched Lost where the dude was literally jumping off of himself to another dude, like another guy? That sounds funny, but he he had a pick line and he was running that pick line, that tube, and he had a bulb and was doing like that, and he run that pick line over to another. It's a TV show, but
Yeah,
he
no,
was
I've
sitting
never
next
seen
to
that.
him, and his blood type was O negative, and he was sitting there going like that, and it was
Yeah.
feeding over into dude, and it was like giving him his blood. Whether that would
Oh,
really work or not, I don't know. It looked cool for the show, but they explained in the show that that was it's the universal blood type, O negative. But
oh,
yeah,
cool.
anybody can receive that blood type.
Yeah, I've never saw that show. I didn't know that either. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild to me. Like I mean, how does that even work? It's at the bottom of the list. If you look at blood types, it's at the very, very, very bottom.
Really?
And yeah, it's the universal one. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Lost was weird as hell. Have you say you never watched Lost?
Yeah, nah. I mean, I think I might have heard of it. I'm not big on watching TV.
I got you. Were you ever big on shows like that, like Walking Dead, or anything? I mean, not necessarily just
No,
that show, but
not Walking Dead. So Sons of Anarchy.
yeah,
Rest in peace, Opie. Yeah. That was my show. I didn't like the spin off the Mayans or whatever like that. But I wished I see if Sons of Anarchy could have ran as long as Friends, I'd have been content with watching that show that long. But I mean, Other than that, no, not really. I watch Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I'm more of like
Yeah.
a stand-up comedy guy. I rather watch stand. Like sometimes when I go to bed, I put on Pandora and I'll put on Raw Comedy Radio. That's the one and
Okay.
only. That's the one and only channel I've ever had on my Pandora was Raw Comedy Radio. No music, nothing. Just
It's like your go-to.
yeah. Well, that's the only thing I got on there. That's the only reason I've ever downloaded Pandora. Well, on this phone.
Oh,
Anyway.
I gotcha. I thought you meant it's like
Yeah.
your favorite channel. No, I got you. I got you.
That's the only one I got, and all it plays is like stand-up comedy, but it's like some raw, no filtered, edited jokes, anything. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
I listen to that when I go to sleep.
something I was going to ask you is like,
Yeah.
because I've had several. Have you ever met any celebrities, like kind of like been to any conventions or anything like that, and met any like horror movie people, like the man behind
No,
the mask kind of thing?
no, not really.
No.
I mean, I met Goldberg at a car dealership when I was a kid. It was like a Ford dealership promotion thing, and that's when I was still big into wrestling. I was probably 10 years old when I did that. Yeah, it was Bill Goldberg, and he was in his
Very
his
cool.
tights and his pads and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, that was kind of good. Yeah, but I had pictures of it like Polaroids, but I don't know where they went.
I got you. I always
Yeah,
heard Goldberg and Stone Cold were like, if you see them in person, you would be surprised at how short they are. Is that true?
honestly, I don't remember. I mean, I was like
Oh, okay.
10. I mean, I was pretty big for a 10-year-old. I really don't remember how really tall he was.
Yeah, they were like people had actually been to watch him wrestle and stuff. It was just like, yeah, here comes Stone Cold. Just I was like so stoked to see him come out of there, and it was just like
A little bitty old dude.
it was like watching him run by this little just I mean, shot out of a cannon little dude like smashing beers and shit and just jumping over the top ropes and into the can or into the mat and everything. You're like, what the hell? It was like it was borderline little people wrestling.
Yeah, that midget wrestling is something else, man. I seen that one time live. That was pretty dope. I didn't meet none of the wrestlers or anything. We were sitting like way away from the ring, but it was pretty funny.
You met Dusty Rhodes at a gas station and Dustin Rhodes? Hell yeah. That's
I mean,
legendary
I
shit
met
right
Lil
there.
Wayne walking in the mall when I was a kid, and I say I was a
Very
kid.
cool.
I was probably 13 because my little nephew was just starting to walk, and he actually recognized Lil Wayne. That was when that song "Go DJ" was popular. But nah, other than that, that's about it.
Yeah. We have being right here in Nashville, we have a whole lot of conventions that come through like baseball card shows and everything, all kinds of stuff. And they all stop through here. Well, back when Walking Dead was a thing, they used to have a deal called Walker Stalker Con. And
Yeah,
it came through Nashville for 4 years straight, something like that. But they had people like Robert England, Kane Hodder, which was Jason. Um, oh man, lots of stuff like or lots of people like that
I'm
from
guessing. I'm
movies.
guessing it's like characters on the show.
Yeah, well, Robert
Yeah,
England was Freddy,
I
and
don't know none of the characters. I'm sorry, Chet. Don't kill me.
no, you're good. Robert England was Freddy Krueger, and
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that.
yeah, and then Kane Hodder was Jason. That was the original Jason in Friday the 13th.
Didn't even know
And
that, honestly.
but yeah, I mean, I've actually got to meet those dudes before. It's different when you like, yeah, I've met so and so. I've met, well, you also had to stand in line for almost an hour and then pay $35 to meet them. So it's not like they were like, "Hey, motivated one-legger, let me get my picture taken." It,
Right? Yeah.
but it's still cool though. It's really, really cool. One cool thing I always thought was really neat about that is if you're not buying anything, like if you're not getting a picture or you don't want to bother them in any way as far as like, can you sign this? Can I get a picture? And you just simply want to walk up and talk to them, it's free. If they're sitting there by themselves, you can just simply walk up and talk to them, and that's it. And
Yeah.
I did that. I saw that Robert England was sitting there just chilling by himself. I've said this in another video, but he was just sitting there at a table, just chilling by himself, and he was like writing on something. And I was just like, I want to walk up, or I just said, I just wanted to shake the man's hand that gave me nightmares as a kid, ha ha.
Right.
And he just did like that, and he stood up, and he just kinda stuck his hand out like that and shook my hand, and when he did, he kinda, like, took my hand and pulled it to him, and he just said, he's like, "Sleep tight," in Freddie's voice, and I was just like, "Yeah." Like, he did
That
the
was funny.
voice, it's just like, "Yeah." But he's like it was like pleasant dreams or sleep tight or something like that, in
Yeah.
Freddie's voice. It was just like, "Oh, I can't believe you
I
just
remember
said
the
that."
Freddy Krueger song, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Pretty
Yeah.
cool, better lock the door. Yeah.
Yeah, the little girl singing, she's like, with her jump rope, she's like, every
Yeah.
1, 2 or no, she's playing hopscotch, that's what it is. You just see, like, the dude ride by on the bicycle, and the little girl's playing hopscotch, other little girls yeah, ugh.
Oh man.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said
what you got planned for tomorrow?
what's that?
I said, what you plans for tomorrow for Halloween?
Tomorrow is gonna be mainly dedicated to the little one. With
Yeah.
my wife being pregnant, she can't really get out and walk from house to house and all that stuff.
Right.
So I'll be doing that. I'll be
Yeah.
either I have like an issue going on with my leg right now, so I can't really wear my my socket for too long. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure what's going on is a blood clot, but I need to go get that checked out. Something it's
Yeah.
like
What it hurts when you wear it.
yeah, like up high, and it's
Yeah.
fine when I pick my leg up, but the second I step down, it's just like, oh, I don't know, something up in that your crotch area is like really not feeling
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So
That is a sensitive area. It really is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I even got
I
like
was messing around with the truck early, and I was on one of the little creepers. I was underneath it, and
mhm.
I popped the leg off because it was hanging me up on the tire, and I kicked it out from under the truck. And
Yeah,
Greg was like,
sometimes you're
"Man,
way more nimble.
well,
It's
he
like
was like, man, you're gonna need that when you get up." I said, "I'll grab it when I get up." Like,
yeah. What's her costume gonna be? She's gonna be a my daughter recently got a music box that has like you open it up and the ballerina comes out of it and she's like spinning and dancing, one of those
yeah,
kind of
you
things.
gotta wind it up, or it's battery operated.
You got to wind it up in the back and then you just like open the top of it up. Well,
Yeah.
we found a costume that actually goes around her and
Hmm.
it has like a back on it and everything. And
Oh,
I told my wife, I was like, she more or less looks like a Jack in the Box, but hey, whatever. But
yeah,
that's what the costume is she's gonna be a whatever, a music box
like a
ballerina
ballerina.
or something like that,
Yeah, yeah,
so,
that'll work. I
yeah,
see. Which from the past said what kind of truck you working on? It's a '83 S10, Chevy S10.
yeah. Izemic's a S10 guy. He loves
Yeah.
his old school mini boxes, mini box trucks.
This is number 7.
Yep.
I've had 7 of them. Well, this is only the third square body. All the other ones was like the round bodies, but it was all S10s. Well, there was one S10 Blazer. No, it was 4 square bodies because the Blazer was a square body.
The Blazer is my favorite. I love them. That's like
Yeah,
that
I
is
had an '88 S10 Blazer. That was my very first vehicle I ever bought.
nice. I always love the dash and the S10s and the Blazers and stuff, the big, huge ass glove compartment that just drops down.
Yeah, hell yeah, Red
So
Eye. That's what's up, dude. I'll be honest with you, dude. This truck, so I feel bad, honestly. The old lady that had it, it was sitting in the field by my brother's house, like probably a mile from his house. But she delivered the mail in it because I live like out in the country area. Like you got like a
mhm,
actual mail lady that don't have a mail truck,
yeah.
and the passenger seat's still immaculate. But she said, the truck went on the interstate maybe 5 times the whole time she had it, and
Nice.
it's got 130,000 miles on it, but it's got the little 4-cylinder in it. But dude, when I tell you the headliner's not even sagging yet, and it's 80, the truck's older than me, and the headline is still perfect in it. I was like, man, I felt like I stole it from that lady, honestly. But I mean, she
Damn.
she told me the asking price, and I was more than willing to pay it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's always when you've sold something or you're trying to sell something and whatever, you just throw it out there, $800. You're like, okay, you
Yeah.
know for a fact you just screwed yourself. You
Oh
know,
yeah. I pulled up to go talk to her one day, and she was just about to leave. And so I mean, we had a brief conversation about it, and then a couple months later, I was like, man, I sure hate for that lady to go junk that truck, or you know, let somebody else pick it up for that price. So I went back and I was like, here you go, here's your money, lady. I just got the
yeah,
title in the mail the other day. But yeah,
yeah. I learned the hard way about doing that. I was selling a wrecked Dodge Dakota, and it was totaled, and I didn't
yeah,
realize like what the dude wanted it because he had one that would get hit in the ass, and he wanted the bed off of it and some of the parts off the cab and some of the interior parts. So I just told him the whole truck's yours for X amount of dollars. And
yeah.
he was just like, "Yeah, okay, no problem. Don't sell it. I want it. It's mine. I'm coming to get it in the morning." And he did. He showed up at my door, just here, have some money, loaded up on the trailer, him and his son, and took off. And there was another dude I talked to. He was just like, "You still got that whatever?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "What'd you sell it for?" And I told him. He was just like, he had a dude that was ready to give me like $1,000 more than what I was asking for it.
That's crazy.
Because he was, like, gonna make a little money off of it himself, you know? That was one
Yeah,
of the
like
which
a
I didn't
flipper,
care.
basically.
I even told him to do that. I was like, "If you can sell it, like, I just won't say, you know, whatever, I think it's like $1,500. If I get something like that for it, if you can get me that, I don't care what the hell you ask for it. Just sell it, get it out of my driveway." He's like, "Alright, no
Yeah,
problem, you got it." He called me, and
right.
I just happened to have a dude just call me out of the blue. It was like, "You said, hey, we come check out your truck." And I just needed to get it out of my driveway. He called me and was
Right.
just like, "Oh my god, dude, no, I cannot believe you just did that." It's like,
If anybody's in the Louisiana area and knows where I can find a tailgate for an S10, they'll pull it up. That would be lovely if you don't mind. Yeah, pull it up, Josh, if you don't mind.
"Oh, wait. Yeah, I got you."
If you can find me a square body S10 tailgate, I just need the letters off of the tailgate. That's all I need, so I can do
That is
that.
badass.
Yeah. I mean, I got a tailgate on it, but I want to do that to the hood. Yeah. I just need the tailgate. That's all I need.
Holy shit, I've never seen that before. Dimple died like they do on the tailgate like that.
No, all they did, they cut because this is just like this in the middle of the tailgate, going across
Yeah,
the
that
back of the
strip
tailgate.
off there.
All they did was cut it out and like fabricated it into the hood. That's all they did.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I
I
can see
was
it.
gonna do it on both sides, but I'm gonna just do it on one side.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's all you need, really. What would be badass if you had that and you'd run it down the middle of a racing stripe? Like, if you had racing
Yeah.
stripes, you know?
Yep.
But, you know, don't go putting the one racing stripe down the middle. That's a European racing stripe on a, you know, an American truck. I always hated seeing people do that. It's like, do you understand your racing stripes and know what they are? And there's British, you know, there's like 3 different kinds of Italian racing stripes, or there's like,
Right.
you know, there's European race, American racing stripe. There's so many different ones. But yeah, I don't know. I always got picky about that shit because you'd see like a badass S10 with like one giant racing stripe down the whole
Yeah.
one side of it down the left, and it's just like,
Yeah.
are
The,
you
the trucks
Italian or something?
originally, the trucks originally, it's like a not a sky blue, but like a light blue, and then it's a darker blue in the middle. And I was gonna stay true to that, but I'm gonna do it black and gray, like a jet black in the middle, and like a I don't know. You see a lot of newer model vehicles, like especially Dodges, like a pastel gray looking color with a gloss to it.
Hmm.
That's what I'm gonna do on the top and the bottom. What
I
up,
love
the
that.
reckoning? How you
I'm a
doing, bro?
gray person. Every vehicle I've had in the past,
That's my favorite color, gray.
yeah, my
So,
past
swear.
4 vehicles have been gray or
Yeah,
silver.
I like any color gray, dude. Certain like the shirt I'm wearing in that photo right there. Certain colors I wear, it'll turn my eyes gray.
Yeah,
Like it makes my eyes look gray. Certain colors are gray, not all of them.
sweet. What's up, Miss Brandy Day? How you doing, dear? Who else came in here? Oh, the Reckoning. How you doing? Good
Yeah,
seeing you, dog.
I'm just putting a little 305 in that truck, man. Something to I mean, it's got a 4-cylinder in it, but it'll have a 305 in it shortly.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very, very
That'll
cool.
It'll be out of 7, that'll be the 5th one that's been V8. That's crazy.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, yeah, man. This has been like really, really cool. I've really enjoyed this. Especially, I don't know if you've seen the video I just put out or anything, but it's been nuts. Like the past 3 days
Yeah,
have been crazy
I had
for me.
seen it. To be honest with you, I haven't even washed my hands yet. I've been under that truck all day. But
It's
yeah,
been insane, my
I'll go
friend.
take a shower
Trust
as
me.
soon as I get off of here. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been fun, man. I enjoyed the hell out of this.
Yeah, I've really really needed this. This right here is exactly what I want to do. So that's why I call it the Halloween special because I was just like, we're gonna sit around and talk about weird shit. Ended up talking about cars, but hey, who gives a damn, you know?
We talk
Two
about it all, man.
two one-legged dudes sitting here bullshitting, hanging out with everybody. That's what I wanted to do tonight. So
Yeah.
and couldn't think of a cooler host to do it with. So there you go.
Oh yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Right back at you.
Yeah, yeah, man. I've had a good time. I really have. Like I said, it's nice to kind of take a break from my normal. We're gonna continue back with our normal scheduling or scheduled program next week. We have awesome guests and that you guys are gonna it'll be back to what we normally do over here. But for now, it's been a really really rough past kind of 3 days more or less for me, and it's been I've really been looking forward to just kind of bullshitting and hanging out to be totally honest, and,
Yeah,
and that's
it's good
exactly
to
what we've
step
done.
outside the box sometimes and do something different.
Totally, totally, it don't always have to be just, "All right, so Izemic, tell us about yourself. So you're one-legged, go." Yeah, it's like,
Right.
that's fine,
Yeah.
but, I mean, we've already done that, we've already covered that, so
Well,
I
a
like
lot
just
of people. I've been hearing a lot of people recently with this whole election thing going on. They're talking about the way the debates are held, and they saying that it should be just like a regular conversation. And I think that's where you're going to get the majority of the thought provoking out of an individual is when you just have a regular conversation with them. You're not gonna. There was no
yeah,
prepared questions to this. There was no really criteria to what we were going to talk about. It was just shoot from the hip and see what you get. You know what I mean? And I like it like that. If you
yeah,
notice when I do go live, it's really never planned out. It's like spur of the moment.
yep,
Here we go. Let's talk about it. So
yeah, well,
yeah,
like I
I
said
agree, man. It was fun.
Y you've already done you and I have already done the whole, like, there's the questions beforehand, I'm kinda getting more or less my audience to learn who is
Right?
Isaac, what happened, that kinda thing because, you were
Yeah,
willing
yeah.
to tell your story, so I was just like, "Hey, come on and tell your story and
Yeah,
let's learn more
I'm gonna
about."
be honest. I even contemplated this like probably about a week ago. I haven't talked to my mom in years, and it's best that way. But not to go too deep into that. I thought about getting in touch with her to see if I can get some pictures. And I mean, because she's got a bunch of pictures from when I was going through all that, but um, some of it's not suitable. Like it's actually like raw in the wound care, skin dress, like skin grafts and dressings everywhere. So some
I
of it's
have
not
those too.
YouTube suitable. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I should dive that deep back into that relationship. But yeah, I thought about it, man. Maybe at a later date, because dude, when I tell you, she's got pictures and pictures, man. I got one where I'm like in a hospital bed going to surgery playing my Game Boy. But other than that, yeah, I prefer the way this went tonight, other than showing pictures. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, 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 we don't have to do all that.
Oh,
But,
it's
yeah.
not nothing that's gonna hurt my feelings or nothing. I don't feel no way about it. But I was just, I was saying I thought about it, but I like the way
Yeah.
this went down. This was pretty cool.
But, I mean, though we could do that again, though. That's what I'm saying. We don't This isn't, like, the
Yeah.
only time you can come on my channel, so don't
All
worry
right.
about that. We're good, so but, I mean, if you ever did wanna do that, honestly, like, for real, I mean, yeah, we can do that for sure, and, you know, I don't really think that I would get struck or anything because it's you. I think that's how it works because you would be showing your picture, not like me showing well, I don't
Right.
know how that would work because it's on my channel.
Yeah, I
I'd
will.
have
I
to
will
look
be
into
careful.
that.
Right.
There's, like, loopholes with that shit when it's, like because it's, like, considered, like, grotesque, repulsive content or whatever, it goes up there with gore, even though it's like in the educational realm, and that sucks. I hate that, but
Yeah.
that is how they look at us, you know.
Look, I see Red Eye and the Red Eye Patriot. He said a two-tone is good on about anything. This was a 94 that I had with a 305 in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That truck couldn't go nowhere without the cops pulling it over though. They wanted that truck off the streets. For good reason. For good reason.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, my brother. I greatly appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us.
I
Before we
appreciate you
go,
having me, bro.
any kind of words of wisdom that anything? If not, then we'll mose our asses on out of here and call it a night.
I mean, I do want to say trick or treat, smell our feet, because between us we got 2 feet. So yeah.
I only got 2 of them.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
actually,
I appreciate
technically,
you having me, bro.
let me see. I've got 1.
That's
I have
cheating.
3
That's
feet.
cheating. You can't cheat.
Yeah, I got 3 sitting around. I've got 2 foot shells and then 3 actual feet. So
Yeah.
I got some feet, man. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, I only got 1. Well, I got my prosthetic, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, bro. I
All right.
appreciate you having me. It's been fun.
All right, my brother. Thank you guys for coming. I want to thank Van Shoes. I want to thank Taggart and Torrance podcast. I want to thank Firmu Eyewear. I want to thank, let me see here, Majors Mess Hall, and just thank all you guys, Bulow Prosthetics. Thank you all for just supporting the channel, for being a part of things, and just just believing in what I do, and I greatly appreciate that. All you guys for coming and taking what we do seriously, and just kind of taking a break from the troll stuff for a while, maybe, and just watching something that's a little different, something that you're not used to kind of watching, maybe. I don't know. But for whatever reason you come here, I'm very, very thankful for it. And having said that, I just want you all to please drive safe.